Hi guys, my name is Maddie or A Cotton Sock, and inZOI just released a huge press release showcasing a ton of new features that Crafton has been cooking up. This press release was chock full of new things that I didn't get to see and playtest back when I was able to get my hands on the game back in November. I feel like I do have a bit of a unique perspective since I was one of the few lucky ones that was able to actually get their hands on the game and play it. Of course, I have my video, which I'll put in the card in the top right, where you can watch that. That was way back in November, and the game as it is right now from this press release looks completely different. This video isn't sponsored, but the inZOI team was gracious enough to lend us content creators some behind the scenes extra footage that wasn't featured in the press release. I painstakingly went frame by frame to dish on everything that is new to inZOI that wasn't available back when I was playtesting in November. In case you haven't seen the inZOI press release, I thought we would just watch it here before we kind of go in and dissect it, just so we're all on the same page. If you've already seen it and you don't want to watch me live react and live commentate over it, there will be timestamps in the description box below where you can skip this section of the video. All right, let's start the video. Got some nice music. Also, there are subtitles too if you didn't see that. City edit feature. Okay, so K-Jun, this is the lead producer, by the way, K-Jun, and he's basically like the front man of all of the inZOI videos because he's the one spearheading its development. That's why in usually all of the press release type of stuff, K-Jun is present, which I really like to see, that the lead developer is so active. And throughout several times in this video, he mentions how he really wants fans of the game to post threads, specifically on Discord is what he says, which I'll leave a link to the official inZOI Discord in the description box below. But he really wants you guys to post things in the Discord and threads that things you want to see in the game. So I love how active he is. I love that he's in all of the press releases, and it really shows a passion for this game. So sorry, I just thought I would talk about that for a second here. They also have a new animation. Like, do we see this? Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that animation. This is brand new. So cool. I love it. We have some more of the devs here talking about the game. Also, it's so cool because this is Suri. This is who I've been communicating with. And she's also super active in the inZOI Discord too. So it's so cool to see her face finally. They say the content is currently limited, but like I saw so many more things that are in the game than when I last played it. They've really come so far with the development. Okay, so here is K-Jun talking about the wish list features from the Discord. Like I said, I want you guys, if you have an idea for the game that hasn't already been posted in the Discord, please, please, please go post on the Discord of things you want to see in the game. Like I said, they are always asking people, and they even asked us, content creators, if there's anything that we want to see, or suggestions back in November, things that we could potentially want to see in the game that we put in our videos. So it's so nice to see that they want community feedback, and they're even showing how to do it right here. They're really looking to make this Discord like a place where you guys can get your voices heard. I love that we're kind of shaping the game in real time. Cars, yay! So many cars. The driving won't be like Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I would hope not. You can hop inside your car and look around. Like, hello? Look at, you can see the interior too. You can drive first person. I wonder if there'll be third person driving, probably, right? Because the whole game is like third person. It's so interesting though, because the whole game, at least when I played, it's all of like you looking down at your character, and the controls are WASD. So it's interesting to see that when you flip into getting in the car, it turns to first person. It's like a juxtaposition there. Getting into car accidents? Oh my gosh. Changing the color of the car, opening up the trunk, washing the car, going on road trips. Are you serious? This is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yes. Cute. I love how they react too. So he said right there, when you're driving the car, people will react to your car. Can you bring the Zoe back to life? Oh, the time machine. So this was in the game when I was playing it, and basically you can just go back in time. Yeah, automatic save files is basically like loading from a save is basically what it is. Yeah, this was a thing. Because the game was so preliminary when I was playing it, I had to go and use the time machine feature because my character got like stuck on a treadmill or something. Cute! Look at the kiss on the lips! Oh my gosh. So he's talking about more about group activities, which is what people wanted. They said that in the Discord, people are recommending that. It's so weird to see because the game obviously has changed a lot since I last played it, but I don't know. It's so nice to see the game being developed further. Oh, it's so refreshing to see. Not the dab. Oh my god. Live performances, relationships, acquaintances, family members, and strangers. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay, wait. This is huge. Okay, so back when I play tested the game, one of my complaints in terms of relationships was that it was super easy to be romantically involved. While the system is straightforward and accessible, it is noteworthy that it is very easy to expedite the romantic progression. I had my Zoe meet, engage, and marry another Zoe all in the span of a couple in-game hours. At present, it also appears that most Zoe are consistently receptive to the player's advances, which I think really diminishes the sense of challenge and unpredictability in the game. It would be intriguing to see a feature where some Zoe may not favor the player's character, so that results in rejections that just add depth to the gameplay. I almost wonder if the devs watched my playtest review and put this in the game to respond to that critique I had. So, oh my god, that's so cool that potentially something that I posted that I said in my video, how it was super easy to expedite the romantic progression, is now being put in the game with a slider. So you can choose how high or low you want your relationship success to be. That's so cool. I feel like I'm like, am I a game dev now? Someone in the comments of my playtest, oh, she just slapped him. Someone in the comments of my playtest said that they did motion capture for the game, which is cool that the person who did motion capture potentially reached out on the video. So cool. Also, if you notice, the animations look super smooth. Super smooth. Oh, okay, so this is gonna be the karma system. Yeah, so there's actually consequences now in the game, which was something that they didn't have back when I played. There was really no consequences for bad behavior. Like, you could go up to somebody and slap them and it was like, oh, well, it's fine now. But yeah, he's talking about here, there's going to be a karma system. So he says, this will cause reputation to go down, unlocking certain interactions depending on your current reputation. So it's cool that there's going to be like an incentive to not be mean to everybody and like steal. I know that they also added stealing money, so you can steal money from people, like mug someone on the street essentially. So that's gonna be great for the Los Angeles inspired world, I think. Here's someone getting mugged. So yeah, they're calling it karma right now. They haven't decided on a name for it though. And what's cool too is this extends to using the computer. So if your Zoe leaves a super mean comment about somebody like on a public forum, then their karma will go down, even though it's like a computer thing and it's not like a face-to-face like mean interaction. Oh my god, the little kids. One of the things I loved when I playtested was the backpacks. When teens and kids go to school, they automatically put these backpacks on. So cute. It's like a super small detail, but for me, that's like super important for storytelling. Is like the backpacks when kids go to school is important. So it's still a work in progress, so our viewers can let us know if this is something you guys would like to have. Yes, I want consequences. Like, that's the biggest thing. Please add consequences for bad actions. City editing. So this was something that was super limited back when I played, was we were able to change some of the billboards, but you can play YouTube videos on the billboards now. Like, what? You could change the trees, the grass, and like you could choose like a stock image basically to put on the billboards, but they obviously developed the tool more, so it looks like it's super different now. One thing I will say though is when I played, there wasn't consequences for weather. Like if it was snowing outside, that would have no effect on your gameplay. Like I would like to see, maybe because I live in New York, like we get snow days, for example. So if they're going to continue to expand the inZOI world, obviously they're doing a Los Angeles inspired world, doesn't snow at all as far as I know in Los Angeles. But if they're going to do like different areas of the world, especially ones that receive snow, like kids getting school canceled, or even when it's raining outside, like we saw rain here, I really want to see related gameplay outcomes. Like I want to see rain have a effect on my ZOI. I want to see the power go out and maybe the power flicker. I want to see maybe ZOI can get electrocuted by thunder or something. You know, I want to see the weather have an effect on the ZOI. That's something that was really lacking when I was playing, and I would like to see the further development of weather. And here's a little glimpse at, wait, did I just see a panda? Here's a little glimpse at the neighborhood, or the city, I guess it was city development tool. They had a lot of features that were in development when I was playing. You can also add cats and stuff and pandas, so you can just have like pandas and stuff just sitting out. I wonder how this is gonna work. When I was playing, we weren't able to edit community lots, but it looks like from just looking at this, they managed to add that, like the ability to edit community lots. I don't know. Oh my god, this was something that was so cool. So you can adjust the city's cleanliness to make it dirty, and the whole world, it looks like Fallout. That was my first thing. The Fallout show just came out when I'm recording this, so I've been like obsessed with Fallout lately. But you can set the fire safety level to low, have fires happen more, and adjust crime rates in general health. So adjusting crime rates, does that mean like someone can come up to me and mug me? Like I thought it would be me having to prompt my ZOI to go and mug someone else on the street. I'm like super interested in like the thievery aspects of this game. I don't know why. Mods and CC. A lot of people have been wondering about this, especially modders. So from what I understand, I'm gonna kind of skip over this section, but from what Kjun says here, because it's made with Unreal Engine, the whole game is made with Unreal Engine, it's gonna be super easy for modders, and they're actually looking to they've said in this section that they're making a specific plugin for modders to use, which again, I love how interactive with the community they are and how like truly involved they want to be and how the player base is making the game. You know what I mean? And so just the addition in this video of them talking about modders, I think means a lot to a lot of people, because it shows like the scope and how broad their thinking inZOI can be. And it's really refreshing to see modders be not an afterthought and have a tool that is being specifically developed for inZOI to be compatible with mods and stuff. So the fact that they're taking the time to make a tool for plugins and stuff is really, really cool. Okay, this is something I'm like super excited about. Canvas. Canvas is going to be basically where you can share your ZOI, and just looking at the interface, it looks like it's in a browser, which makes me wonder how this is going to connect to your game. Like, will this browser be built here? Let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Will this browser be built into the game, or are we gonna have to access it outside of the game? I would assume it's gonna be available in the game, but I can see like the Google Chrome, whoever screen capped this. I do wonder about that. Are we gonna have to access out of game, or can we get it in game? Also, I'm seeing so many more assets, which I'll talk about in my frame by frame analysis, but I'm seeing a lot more hair assets. I don't want to like get ahead of myself. It's so cool. It's so cool to it looks like it's coming along so nicely. Oh, here's how we use Canvas. Okay, this was so cool. So you can pose your ZOI, right? And then after you pose the ZOI, it will put those photos into Canvas. But what I like is that there was something in here where you can crop out the background and basically make like a transparent background, which will be great for content creators. It'll be great for people, like you could basically use inZOI to be a VTuber. because you can do like the facial caption type thing. I showed that off. That was so crazy. Oh, dreams. Okay, these were really cool. This section was really cool, the dream stuff. Dreams can be things like nightmares or even lucky dreams. I love the parent comforting the kid. Like, that's such a cute interaction. So if you have a lucky dream, buying a lottery ticket the next day will give you a 100% success rate. I was wondering when I playtested, I wasn't able to do the lottery stuff. I had my inZOI like buy lottery tickets, but they never won. I know that people in town, if you watch my playtest, people in town were winning the lottery. I wasn't unfortunately able to replicate it myself. It would be cool if your inZOI, which is what he's saying here, is if your inZOI has a dream about winning the lottery, the next day that they buy a lottery ticket, they'll win the lottery. You can also interpret different kinds of dreams. I was wondering what this lot was for when I playtested. So they must have been cooking this feature up for a long time, because this lot was in the game when I was playtesting. We actually visited it. I did a whole like 4-hour inZOI live stream where we just played the game just like in its current form back in November. This lot was there, and I was wondering, like, it didn't really do much, and so I was wondering if they were gonna do something more with it, and it's so cool. Yes, Maddie, they are doing something more with it, and they're actually doing tarot reading and dream reading and dream prediction and that sort of thing. And he talks to a lot of Koreans buy into the whole thing where you can like decipher your dreams and they mean something, whether you believe that or not, whatever. But it's cool to see that that lot will have a practical use in game. They're also adding sleepwalking, which he's talking about here. And apparently your inZOI can wake up as they are in the middle of sleep and accidentally like donate to a charity, and then you'll get a text the next day being like, hey, thanks to your generous donation, and then your funds will be down to 0. And I think someone in here asks, can we opt out of that? Can I revert this? Yes, you can. Yeah. So it's cool to see that, like, if you don't want to play that way, then there's an option to kind of opt out of it. But I really like the guerrilla approach to this. Like, things happen to you that are crazy and that can completely disrupt the flow of your game. Like, if your inZOI gets down to $0, that is going to severely interrupt your flow of the game. But it's those kind of unexpected things that I think make a game file really, really interesting. But it's cool that if you don't want to play that way too, you can kind of opt out of that. The studio, a movie set. This is what I was talking about too with like the VTubers. That would be a really good, this would be a really good place for like VTubers, because Unreal Engine has that facial capture. You could basically make your own film. Machinimas are being thought of even in development. They're not, once again, they're not an afterthought. Like, a lot of different games have machinima and mod creators as an afterthought. inZOI is being developed with machinima makers and mod creators as a thought in the game. This is what I'm most excited to, Bliss Bay. We're gonna get into that because I have some extra footage of Bliss Bay. I have some extra footage of vehicles. We're gonna really dive into the extra footage I have. Oh my gosh, look at the style of the houses. It's so American. So this is the Los Angeles inspired world, if you don't know. They just look like, look at the houses. They look so pretty. So pretty. The windows and the tiling of the house, they really nailed the American style of house to a T. Like, it's just so beautiful. This game is so beautiful, I can't. Oh, here's where you can crop out the background of your inZOI now. Look how cleanly it crops it out too. Isn't that so nice? You could, and then one of the devs said that, yeah, people can use this for their profile pictures. It's so nice. These small little things that the devs are thinking about really contribute to like a really thoughtful, making them look thoughtful, which they seem to be very thoughtful in terms of the development of this game. Character customization also got a huge overhaul, which you can see here. They added brand new headgear. They added nails that you can customize. They also added a brand new hair dyeing system, and as you just saw, we saw it a little tiny glimpse. You can basically remove the character's hair from the asset itself, which is super interesting because there is a feature like this for shirts. You can change the neckline of a shirt, you can change the sleeves of a shirt, you can change the length of a shirt. This was in my playtest and it was so cool, just like being able to kind of design your own shirt in the game. You don't have to download outside resources to get the kind of a shirt you want. But it's cool to see that they're doing that with hair as well. You can basically like chop your hair from the asset that's already given in the game. The character demo. A lot of people want to try out a character demo, so they're gonna try and give you guys the ability to kind of play the game using the character creation. That'd be so cool. I feel like too, if they were to give the community the ability to play the game, that would also help with feedback, because when you play something yourself, you can give better feedback and like better pointers of where you want the game to be headed, rather than just like having to eye it and visually say, this is what I want. So there is the little preview of inZOI. It's so exciting. More cities, airplanes.
놀라운 수준의 질문들이 피드백도 좀 많이 주시고 원하시는 것들을 게임에 담을 수 있는 노력을 계속하려고 합니다.
Yay! And so, okay, so let's take a look now at the extra content creator assets that I was given, so we can really dig in and just like dissect all the new features. Okay, so here is an extended cut of the Bliss Bay sort of cinematography that we saw. Super cool. I love, once again, I paused it when we saw it. Oh, this is the Santa Monica Pier, by the way. It's so cool that they basically created like a 1-for-1 of the Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles. Paused here at the house, just looking at all the assets. I love the cars in the driveway, like even down to how the cars are kind of parked. They're kind of like slanted. They're imperfect, you know, and not everything looks perfect and pristine. There's cracks in the sidewalk, the cars are slightly askew. It's so cool. It's just the game is going for an ultra realism vibe, and I didn't think I would like that, but I actually really like. Look at the bike lanes too. They look kind of disheveled and very imperfect. The world looks lived in. It looks imperfect. I love that they're taking that approach with a life sim. So cool. So here I have some footage, some extended cut footage of the nails and the clothing customization. This dress was in the game. I don't think we could change the color like this, but that's so cool, because this dress I put on my ZOI. Actually, I put this dress on my ZOI when I did my own live stream, my 4-hour live stream where I just played the game. Yeah, I don't think I was able to customize the dress like this, so this is something completely new. Once again, we don't need like recolors for outfits anymore, because you can just do them right in the game. Wait. Oh my gosh, wait, this means a lot to me, because in my playtest, I said I would really like to see the skin tones on a slider, or even something like this where you can just pick the hex code, and they took that feedback and they incorporated it in the game. Unfortunately, skin tones for assumedly the same reason are also on a swatch. I would really like to see these be on some sort of slider or even a color wheel in the future. Oh my god, that's so cool. So these, if you don't know, these were just on swatches before. Now that we have a hex code where you can just drag the color that you want of the skin around, that is amazing. I'm so glad that they took that bit of feedback. You can also grab like the eyelids now and just drag them up and down, like the pull and push, is that what it's called? The pull and push mechanism looks a lot more refined. I think you can grab a lot more parts of the face. Here are some new hair assets. I see a lot more hair, like curly hair types, like afro textured hair. I see this short one here, and I saw like a curly one down. My head is kind of covering it right here. So it's so nice to see that they're trying to also incorporate more afro textured hair styles in the game. That's really nice to see, because then it makes you able to create yourself if you have that hair texture. They added necklaces and earrings as well, which from the looks of this, you can really get in here. I'm gonna make this full screen. You can really get in here and choose the color of the assets that you want. So cool. Everything is super customizable from what I can tell. And here are the thing I obviously have my nails always done, well, most of the time at least, but there's a lot of cool nail designs. Korea has, so specifically Seoul, I follow so many nail artists from Seoul, and they have amazing nail designs. So I'm really excited to see it. And once again, you can recolor the nails too. So if you don't like this color, this pink color, then you can change it to whatever color you want. They added some new headgear for the ZOI. So they added some kitty ears, added a bow, a crown, and headphones. So it's, I think we were able to have hats, but not like hair accessories like this, where it was like kitty ears. So here's this person's ZOI, super cute. The UI too, they moved the UI around. So this box down here was originally in the top left. I don't know what this says. Maybe I'll put it on the screen in editing what this says. I also see several life stages. So it looks like this could be like a teenager, maybe like a young adult, an adult, and a senior. This was something I was super excited to see, was how easy it's going to be to change the ZOI's hair. And you can even do an ombre type of thing, which is so cool. So much more hair customization. You can just dye like certain parts. I do wonder though how this is going to work in terms of genetics, because I don't know how genetics are calculated in the game, but if I have my ZOI have like pink hair with like purple front pieces, is my child then going to get genetically created with like that pink hair? I don't know how that's gonna work, because in other life simulation games, they calculate the genetics at the time of either conception or birth. So if my ZOI has pink hair when she gives birth to a child, does the kid get generated with pink hair? I don't know. It would be cool if you could pick, like, if there was maybe a choice over here, like natural hair color, you could change it to like dyed hair, and the game kind of differentiated in that aspect. That would be really cool. So here's more dyeing of the hair. I love how every piece looks really thoughtfully, like, as you can see, the bangs look really crisp. Like the dyeing of the hair starts at a, I just went too far back in the video. The dyeing of the hair starts at a super methodical part. It doesn't like bleed into the back of the hair. It just stays centered on the front bang part. So cool. You can just pick multiple colors and just dye the hair. It's not like relegated to just pink or one color for that matter. You can do like purple and pink and white and black, whatever kind of hair you want. I also got an extended cut of the canvas feature. So this goes back to my question before of like, are we going to be able to access canvas in the game as well? And yes, actually, even though there's browser up here, which I assume you can like go anywhere on the internet, you will be able to access this directly in game, which begs the question, if this browser exists in the game, this is like my computer science girly brain talking. If we are able to access this in game, can we also access it like out of game? Like, can I like scroll for inZOI characters on my phone and then have those like sent directly to my game, or can I just access this in game? It's a good question, I think. But look at all these characters. They're so pretty. They look a lot more evolved in terms of like graphic fidelity and like makeup and hair and that sort of stuff than what I was able to play back in November, which is great to see. This also, I'm looking here, to my question earlier, this looks to be on Krafton's, hosted on Krafton's like website. So with that, I would think we would be able to access it outside of game as well. So if I want to like scroll in my bed on my phone, like browsing inZOI characters, and I see one, I'm like, oh my God, this character inspired me. I want to go play her in game. I can like add her to my game and then get up on my computer and just directly play her without having to like re-add her. That'd be cool. Okay, so here is the extended cut of the car convertible top going down. And I asked if we were going to be able to drive in third person earlier when we saw this. And it does look like we will be able to, because this camera view, oh no, I lied, because this is the control tab view, which is the free cam. I remember the controls are coming back to me now, even though it was like 6 months ago. This is the free tab view, or the free mode view. So I wonder if we're gonna be able to drive in third person as well, because I would like to be able to see the scenery and not just play in first person. Here is an extended cut of the Santa Monica Pier, or as it's called in the game, Bliss Park, which is so cool. The cars seem to use blinkers and stuff like that. So I wonder if like not turning on your turn signal will cause accidents, or I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting though. Like if I don't turn on my turn signal, am I gonna cause a major, because you can die in car accidents. That's what they were saying earlier. That's what we saw. Oh, I love the transition from day to night as well. It's really showing off like the capability of the graphics too. I don't think we had an ocean in Doan, which is the make-believe Seoul, South Korea that was in the game when I played. I don't think we had an ocean, so it's going to be really interesting to see how, because I can see the ocean back here, it's going to be really interesting to see how the ZOI interact with the ocean and like specific things you can do in the ocean, specific interactions. Like, will I be able to go fishing? I don't know. What are we gonna be able to do? Can we get boats? Are we gonna be able to like boat around out here? Here is a longer video of what is like the Fallout. I called it the Fallout world. It kind of just like makes the whole world look dirty and grimy and nasty. The sidewalks are all darkened and looks like they have ash all over them. This is gonna be great for machinima creators. I don't know how great this is gonna be, because once again, this is just purely aesthetic. It doesn't add, I don't think it adds any gameplay to the game, but it's gonna be great for machinima creators. Like, I can already see machinima creators going wild on this with like the post-apocalyptic type of machinimas, like zombie machinimas. As this is gonna already be built in, and you don't have to get like mods or CC to change what the world is gonna look like. I didn't see any construction really in the part 1 of the kind of press release, but in our content creator assets here, that the videos that they gave us, we can make modular stairs. Oh my gosh, and they look super easy to put together. I'm really bad at building but this tool looks like it's gonna be great for me, because someone who's bad at building, it looks super intuitive and easy to use. You can really get in there, change the color of the steps, the railings, all that kind of stuff. It looks very intuitive, so I'm happy for someone who is terrible at building. This looks great. They gave us some extra pictures of Bliss Bay, which it just looks so gorgeous. It looks like this building might be no, I don't know if it's accessible. I can't tell. Dolphin's Rest, and it's like it's like seaside, like right next to the ocean. You can have your ZOI go on a date here in front at Dolphin's Rest as they look out onto the pier. Oh, so cool. Look at this. Oh, the pier is going to be so good for pictures and dates and all that kind of thing. I see bikes down here too, and I see like I see bike lanes, which this is so accurate to what I know of Los Angeles to look like. I have some extra footage of the newsroom, which was the studio that Kjun was talking about in the press release. We also saw the 2 ZOI on the airplane, and they're just chilling, it looks like. I also like the filters too. I don't know how much I'm gonna use the filters, but it's there. I mean, if you want to play, it's like a built-in reshade. Reshade is like a program that you can use to get like better graphics in your game, but it's nice to see that the reshade is essentially already built into inZOI. It's already built into the game. In terms of building, they also added glass walls and videos that can be played on walls as well. I know that they were working on glass ceilings. I don't know if they added them, but at least they got the videos for the walls playing as well. I wonder if you can like, does this have to be like a local file on your computer, or can you type in like a YouTube video and like play it on the wall? I don't know. We got some group karaoke sessions in here, which we were only able to do solo karaoke, so it looks like they added some group activities. I know as well that they added tons of new interactions in terms of couples. So Kjun was saying that this was like a wife seeing off her husband before he has to go to work. The animations are to die for, like truly. The animations look so like, look at the attention to detail with like the foot, her kind of leading forward. Like I said before, I think they did motion capture for the animation, so that's why they look so crisp and human-like, is because they were motion captured by real people and how real people move and interact with the world. Here's a group taking pictures at what looks to be a park. I forgot the name of this park, but I remember going here. And I think we got more interactions too, because I see a lot more speech bubbles, a lot more like conversational speech bubbles. I'm looking through the buy catalog over here, and it looks like we got a lot more assets. Like there are tons more stuff in here. And I also wonder, I see that whoever made the video placed down the sink, and then there's arrows off of the sink that probably moves it forward on like the XYZ plane. But it would be cool if we like drag out this right arrow right here, if the sink becomes longer. Like I don't know, it just Like if you want to make like a massive sink or something like that. But no, it probably just moves it forward on the XYZ plane. I love seeing all the kitchen assets too. Everything looks so nice and modern. I even saw it when I was thumbing through these earlier. There's like this fridge that has a screen on the front of it, which I've never seen one of those in my real life, but I want one. Like, oh, it's not a screen, it's a glass pane. Oh, that's even more interesting. Wait, the glass pane is that that's the freezer part, because this is the fridge part, right? Am I just stupid? It looks like they also further developed the mishmatching furniture together. Mixing and matching, that's what I should have said. Mixing and matching furniture tool seems to be a lot more developed, because you can change like the seating area of like this futon and then change like the legs of it too. So, or is that I think it's a coffee table. Sorry, it's not a futon. It's definitely a table of some sort. And like place them down in the world. So cool. Here's more of the AI texture. You can like put it on picture frames on the wall and like make your own pictures basically. So that was my sort of reaction and frame by frame analysis of everything that was talked about and shown off in the part 1 of the press release. I'm so excited to see how this game turns out, and the development since November has been insane. Like everything pretty much looks different, from the UI to the new features with hair and clothing and even the assets that were added. It's really showing to be an incredibly productive couple months of development over at the inZOI headquarters. So I'm so excited. I'm going to continue to look at the game, kind of comb through it with a fine-tooth comb, because I am really excited and I'm passionate about it. I'm really honored that I was amongst the first couple ones to get to create a video about it and playtest it, and I'm so excited to see the reaction that the community has had. Everyone's super excited about it. So anyway, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy this overview of what inZOI has been up to, this sort of development press release type of video. And inZOI, if you want to let me playtest the game again, that would be great. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace out.